G'day, thanks for taking the time to watch my first short documentary film, Pure Imagination. I really appreciate it, and I just wanted to hop on here before the film started and say how grateful I was that you're actually taking the time to watch something that I've put a lot of hard work into over the last year. It was a great experience. It's mostly funded by myself. And I also got a little bit of help from the Regional Arts Development Fund through the Sunshine Coast Council. And yeah, the only expectation I had from it was to just get a run on the board really and just have a first original piece of work out there and see where it took me and see who I met because of it. And I had a lot of fun. I'd love if you watch the entire film, or if you watch a little bit of the film or any section of the film, let me know what you think of it. I'm only just starting and I have a lot to learn, and I want to keep making these things. I had a lot of fun doing the first one and I'm probably going to keep making them. So let me know what you think. Subscribe if you'd like to keep up to date with other films that I've got in the works or anything else creative. And thank you once again for watching this film. Enjoy.
G'day.
Hey mate, how you going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. I've just kind of left things as is, you know what I mean? Like, everyone knows what things look like, when you've got it all lined up and set up as a studio. Someone said to me the other day, they said, I'm trying to set up a studio, it's not going to be as fancy as yours. I'm like, really? Like, this is not, it's not actually fancy, like the light, it shows you how important lighting is.
So what would you say you're passionate about then?
I'm interested in a lot of different things. I mean, movies, of course, sci-fi. Like I grew up in the 90s, and so you've got like grunge and just like Rage Against the Machine and just all those sorts of bands. So I suppose I like people that are kind of a little bit more rogue. Gary V, Richard Branson, just doing extravagant things. One of the things that drives me the most with this particular project is the potential to make an impact in the world.
Flicks for Good is a video streaming service, and we want it to be right on par with any of the major players, Netflix, Disney, HBO, etc. However, there is one gigantic difference, and this is really the one that I hope you get excited by. Okay, so the vision for Flicks for Good is to provide best entertainment in the world and education for free, whilst generating money and awareness for people and causes in need.
Where are you at on your journey right now?
So I put out a crowdfunding campaign with the audacious goal of raising $1 billion. So far, last time I checked, we raised something like $4,600. So we've only raised a very small amount of money. That's why I'm trying to get as much feedback as I can. But even getting people to fill in a survey that only takes them a couple of minutes and it doesn't cost them anything, that had proved to be challenging. The people have voiced their opinions, and some of the feedback is was kind of a bit painful to read, but it's accurate, and some of it's completely inaccurate. Which one person, I don't know who it is, but they said something like saying just give me $1 billion is like like a homeless person coming up to you on the side of the road and saying, hey, give us $1 billion. So yeah, that was a great piece. That's a great That was a great piece of feedback. We're all capable of way, way more than what people think that we are. So many people end up wasting so much energy on all of those, like, could have, should have, maybe this is going to be a problem, like, rather than just doing something and then seeing what problems you find along the way. And I've done that, like, my whole life. I loved rock climbing, so that was my big passion until I broke my back. I fell 14 metres and shattered my vertebrae. I've still got metal rods in my back, and I tore 14 centimetres of my spinal cord and broke a bunch of other bones in my body. Like, we had just saved enough money to buy a house and then had to spend it all on surviving and recovering and getting back to working, which was an 8-month process in total. Eventually, once I was getting some fitness back, then I decided that I would go and climb again. So basically, first goal was basically just climb at all, like see if I can get to the top of the cliff. And then the next year, my goal was to climb one of the hardest climbs that I'd done, which is a grade 21 climb. And then the goal for doing it on the proper anniversary was to do the actual climb that I fell on. I just trained and worked at it and ended up doing it. And it's still to this day now the hardest grade that I've ever done. I don't think I'm crazy. It's just because I'm just not towing the line at the moment. That's probably the biggest factor. I just think I haven't found the right audience yet when it comes to getting the right traction that I need. Whilst I don't have bucket loads of experience in the entertainment industry, I've certainly got a passion for it. And even like through to now, like I have a very strong like gut feeling and attachment to what I'm doing. Like in that kind of extreme sports world, like there's this saying, go hard or go home. That's kind of my mentality. If I can pull this off, it might be the work of my life. You know what I mean? It comes back into being willing to go for it. It would be ideal if we didn't have to move, because I actually really like the area as well, you know. She's gotten herself into some strife and she needs to move back into this place, and so like, yeah, we're being punted. It's not like we'd end up literally on the street, because I guess the worst case scenario, we would have to put our stuff in storage somewhere. That's what they say, you know, when it rains it pours, so it'll just make for a better story one day. Sometimes my wife sees the opportunity or like, you know, is excited. Other times she just wants me to go get a job, you know, somewhere, doing anything, you know, to make money. One of my best mates, you know, he's just like one of these people where he doesn't believe that you can or have to have a job that you're passionate about and that you care about. You just need to do a job as long as it's making money for your family. You know, that's okay. That's probably a responsible parent, but at the same time, do any of those people do anything that's astronomical? I've done jobs before where it was maybe, hey, being that more responsible person and just doing the stuff to bring in the paycheck, and I found it quite soul destroying at times. I just need to actually get it to the point where it's successful and I can make a living, because this is the worst we've been ever, like in terms of our financial kind of setup, and that's daunting. I guess I've had the experience of going through some stuff where it sucks, it doesn't work out, you know, you pay a price for it or you get injured doing something, but then on the flip side of it, it's, you know, how alive you feel when you're doing something. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is Gympie. He's just going to be doing some filming. If I was to say that you could have a video streaming service that would also allow you to generate money for your chosen cause, how would you feel about that?
I'm very happy. Yeah, all for anything like that.
Yeah.
Raising money for charities and so on, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that sounds like a great idea.
If you, I guess, had the choice between two different video streaming services, and one had great movies and the other one also had similar sort of content, and you knew that one gave 50% of the profit to causes around the world, which one would you choose?
I'd pick the one that gives money to causes, of course.
The second, of course.
That's, I guess, the base element idea for Flicks for Good, which is the service that I'm looking to launch. Anything else that you, I guess, think that you would like to add or thoughts on all of this?
Not really.
No. Fair enough.
What would you say the benefit of, vox popping random people is?
I mean, feedback is interesting to get different people's opinions, like what people, what's more popular than another. One of the main reasons that I'm doing it is to provide some just independent market validation.
People are pretty honest, do you reckon? Like, they're not just being like, I'm not just doing this to get this fella off my back sort of thing. Oh.
I don't think so. No. Jump in here, it's just madness at the moment. This, trying to find a rental property. Hey mate, you pop around the corner now because I'm busy. No, working. No, all the way around. Go. Oh man. But as of today, I literally pulled down the old crowdfunding page. I had that running, I had it open, but it's basically stagnated for the last couple of months.
How are you getting by at the moment? Like, as a
Just still Centrelink. Centrelink, Debs has got a bit more work on, which is helping, and a bit of help from family here and there. And I'm fortunate to have some inheritance to draw down on. So it's a far from ideal situation. I mean, a few people have raised concerns over, how I'm going to survive, or how much longer I can sort of continue to try and go after it without, say, going and getting some sort of full-time job or something that's going to to pay the bills. I had a local filmmaker guy, and he was very interested. He decided to pull back. He's concerned about what's going to happen, like, to my relationship. He was finding it too taxing. Unfortunately, some people, they do lose their relationships in the process of starting businesses. But I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen. But it's still more than anything about just wanting to achieve the result. I actually want to make an impact in the world, and I believe I'm here to do something. Yeah. Essentially, we've been trying to find a new property for about 3 months now. We've applied for maybe 7 or 8, always told there's nothing wrong with your application, etc. And then I've only just found out today that we're not apparently meeting the funding criteria. So I've started applying for some jobs just 'cause I thought it might be easier if we have pay slips just to kind of go, here you go, make it easier for the person who's potentially will give you a property. So I had an interview with a place yesterday, which seemed pretty positive, and I've got a follow-up interview with the same company on Thursday. It could be a blessing in disguise. I've hit sort of a juncture where I've kind of begrudgingly come around to thinking that starting small and kind of gradually evolving it, getting some other co-founders could be the way to go. Like, who am I to say that I would have come to this point where I'm at now if I was doing all those other things? If I hadn't have maybe tried to do it the other way, I wouldn't have as much kind of conviction as to, like, right, this is what I'm going to do. Like, I'm far from having given up. It's not just that I don't want the last year and a half and all the struggle to have been a monumental waste of time. It's I still believe that we can do something amazing. I'd rather go for something and fail, or not succeed and then have to, like, learn and evolve from that. I'd rather do that than get to the end of my life and think, shit, like I paid my bills, but I could have built this amazing business that had an impact in the world.